Chosen one, you're being raised to rule. Your time is coming. You've been walking through a season that others couldn't survive. You've endured pressures that would have crushed lesser spirits. You've been refined by fire, prepared in obscurity, and tested in silence. But what looked like delay was really divine development. What felt like denial was the hidden design of destiny. You were not being overlooked. You were being outfitted for rulership. This is not just any season. This is the divine unfolding of your spiritual authority, your seat at the table, your moment to rise. You're not just walking into blessing, you are walking into dominion. Before we go further, stay with me until the end of this video. Something powerful is happening in the atmosphere as you're watching. Type your warmest wishes and the number 777 in the comments right now. This is a sacred act of aligning your energy with the frequency of favor. Wishes come true when faith speaks, and the universe listens. Let your heart speak boldly, because the atmosphere is charged with manifestation. Now, chosen one, like this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and let's go deeper. Because this is not just about a personal upgrade. This is about a divine enthronement. You're being raised not just to rise, but to rule. You're not just breaking through for yourself. You're being positioned as a key figure in shifting the atmosphere for others. You are being crowned in realms unseen. The preparation was painful, but it was proof. Proof that you're chosen. Proof that you are equipped. Proof that heaven has placed its mark on your life and has authored your ascension. They didn't see you coming, and they weren't supposed to. The darkness you endured wasn't punishment. It was preservation. You were hidden not because you were unworthy, but because you were too valuable to be exposed prematurely. Like a king in waiting, your training ground was silent. But now, the heavens are opening. The anointing is increasing. You are stepping into the fullness of your calling, and there is no going back. Rulership isn't just about control. It's about stewardship. You are being raised to carry something weighty, something divine, a mantle of leadership, a legacy of light. The people tied to your destiny are waiting for your emergence. The land you're meant to govern is calling your name. Every hardship, every setback, every moment of doubt has been part of the molding process. You've been fashioned in faith and forged in fire. Your silence has built power. Your solitude has birthed vision. Your suffering has given you eyes to see in ways others can't. That's why you're not moved by noise, not swayed by trends, not confused by temporary applause. You know what it feels like to be stripped of everything and still survive. That kind of resilience can't be taught. It's divine. This is why your time is coming. Because your heart is aligned. Your motives are pure. Your humility has made you trustworthy. God doesn't raise up the loudest. He raises the loyal. The ones who remain faithful when no one is watching. The ones who build in silence, bless in secret, believe without applause. That's who you are. That's why the call to rulership is on you. You're not called to follow the crowd. You're called to lead kingdoms. You're not called to fit in. You were never meant to blend. You were designed to be a difference maker, a chain breaker, a territory taker. And the time has come to step into the role that has always been waiting for you. You are not stepping into position by accident. It's alignment, it's fulfillment, it's divine orchestration. So many underestimated you because they couldn't understand the magnitude of your assignment, but it was never for them to understand. You weren't created for their comfort. You were created for conquest. And you are about to move in a way that silences every doubt and dismantles every lie that was spoken over your life. Not by force, but by favor. This is your season to rise, not in arrogance, but in assurance. Because you've been approved by heaven. You've been qualified by experience. And the spiritual promotion has already been signed. The door has been unlocked. The throne has been dusted off. The crown is being placed, not by man, but by divine hands. You are being called up because you didn't give up. Stay grounded, chosen one, because while you're rising, you are also being rooted. Your leadership will not be flimsy. It will be fortified. You are being trusted with influence because your character was tested in isolation. That's why they couldn't break you, because they didn't build you. Heaven built you. Spirit carved you. Light formed you. And your glory moment is approaching with divine speed. And when it happens, not if, but when, it will be undeniable. You will not have to explain it, defend it, or justify it. The elevation will speak for itself. The fruit will validate the favor. The transformation will silence the speculation. You are being placed where you belong, and you'll know it the moment it happens. Because the fit will feel like home. This isn't a dream. It's a decree. It's already been signed in heaven's courts. The angels are already positioned. The shift has already begun. It's your responsibility now to stay in alignment, to stay in obedience, to stay in expectation. Because expectation is the atmosphere for manifestation. And your manifestation is near. You were never created to live beneath your inheritance. You were always destined to rule from a higher plane. And that's why everything in your life is starting to feel different. Time is moving differently. Doors are opening suddenly. People are treating you differently because the atmosphere around you is shifting. You're not who you were last season. You are being upgraded in every realm. You've passed the tests that others failed. You've walked through fire and didn't lose your flame. And because of that, rulership has been assigned to your name. You will walk with a new authority. You will speak with power that penetrates. Your presence will shift rooms, shake systems, and shatter limitations. Because you carry the weight of divine royalty. And it shows. Your time is not just coming, it's colliding with you. With every second that passes, you're getting closer to the moment when everything aligns. When the promise meets the preparation. When destiny kisses reality. When heaven endorses you publicly because you honored God privately. That moment isn't far. It's forming now, right in front of you. And when it fully arrives, you'll understand why it took so long. Because what you're stepping into couldn't be rushed. It had to be revealed at the right moment, in the right way, for the right purpose. And that moment is now within reach. The crown that's being placed upon your spirit is not for decoration. It's a mark of divine assignment. You are being chosen to lead not just with influence, but with integrity. There is a holy weight to your calling, chosen one, and it's not light. But you were built for this. You didn't just survive to tell a story. You were shaped to carry a legacy. And that legacy starts now. You are being summoned into spaces that once rejected you. The very tables that overlooked your voice are now being rearranged to seat your presence. The hands that once pushed you aside are being forced to acknowledge the light you now carry. Because when heaven promotes, no one can demote. You are being raised to rule with a clarity that cuts through confusion. No more hiding. No more shrinking. No more apologizing for being who God made you to be. You are not here to compete. You are here to command. You are not here to beg for opportunities. Opportunities are being summoned by your vibration. You've become a spiritual magnet for power, for clarity, for provision. And your energy is no longer passive. It's prophetic. The frequency you're tuned into is divine leadership, and it is drawing divine results. The system is shifting in your favor. The atmosphere is aligning with your next move. You've gone through so many breakdowns because your breakthrough couldn't afford any fractures in your foundation. It had to be solid. It had to be steady. That's why the pressure was so intense. You weren't just being healed. You were being restructured. Heaven was rearranging the core of your identity. Because when you rule, you must rule from wholeness, from wisdom, from unwavering discernment. There are decisions coming that only you can make, and those decisions will change lives. That's the kind of weight your words will carry. This is more than a promotion. It's a prophetic positioning. Your rulership is a responsibility. And heaven trusted you with that responsibility because you've proven that your heart is bigger than your ego. You don't crave applause. You crave alignment. You're not chasing platforms. You're chasing purpose. And that's exactly what makes you different. That's exactly what qualifies you. In a world full of noise, you carry stillness. In a culture obsessed with image, you carry truth. And now, that truth is being exalted. That truth is about to echo through every dimension of your life. There's a crown being placed on you in the spirit. And soon, people will see the results of that crowning. You won't have to announce it. Your life will be the announcement. Your peace will be the proof. Your progress will be the proclamation. And your presence, that will carry the power of royalty. Not everyone will understand this shift. Some will doubt it. Some will question your rise, because they only knew you in your cocoon, not your wings. But don't be discouraged by their disbelief. Butterflies don't argue with caterpillars. You don't need their validation. You have heaven's verification, and that's more than enough. You are not stepping into this alone. The spirit that raised you is walking with you. You are being guided, guarded, and graced at every level. You will not fall. You will not fail. You will not fold under pressure, because the pressure has already been turned into power. The weight has already become your wisdom. You are equipped. You are elevated. You are evolving into everything you were designed to be. And as you rule, you will reign differently. You will lead with love. You will guide with vision. You will bless even those who cursed you, because your rulership is not rooted in revenge. It's rooted in revelation. You see deeper now. You feel clearer now. You know what matters and what doesn't. You've grown beyond petty battles. You're here for purpose. Every delay was direction. Every detour was development. And now, there's no more waiting. Just walking. Walking into destiny. Walking into fulfillment. Walking into the fullness of everything you once wept over. You've been crowned by circumstance. You've been elevated by endurance. And now, you're being honored by heaven. You are the answer to someone's prayer. You are the fulfillment of generations. The bloodline that birthed you is about to witness something it never imagined. A ruler rising. A chosen one stepping fully into power. You are carrying the redemption of many. You are carrying the torch that lights the way for others to believe in their own divine ascent. That's why this moment is sacred. That's why this timing is perfect. You weren't late. You weren't forgotten. You were being built in silence, so you could rule in strength. And now, strength is your language. Wisdom is your currency. Peace is your armor. And glory is your companion. Stand tall, chosen one. Lift your head. Square your shoulders. Breathe in your power. You are not who you used to be. You've outgrown every fear, every doubt, every limitation that tried to hold you back. And your time is not just coming. It is announcing itself through every divine alignment, every open door, every unexpected opportunity. It's time. Time to rule. Time to rise. Time to lead in the fullness of your divine design. Chosen one. When heaven decides to raise a ruler, the world doesn't always recognize it right away. Because real authority doesn't need a crown to be confirmed, it carries confirmation in presence, in purpose, in peace. And you have now stepped into a realm of spiritual authority that transcends human approval. You are no longer walking into rooms as a guest. You're entering as someone who belongs, someone whose spirit shifts the space, someone whose existence changes the atmosphere. The days of waiting in the shadows are over. The doors that once remained sealed are now swinging open at the sound of your name. You are no longer operating under delayed favor. You are now standing in the acceleration of divine alignment. This is the season where what was once blocked is now breaking open. The resistance that surrounded you was never rejection. It was redirection. It was preparation for the weight you're now ready to carry. Your mind has matured, your spirit has been sharpened, and your soul has been stretched to hold more light, more truth, more divine clarity than ever before. You've evolved into someone who doesn't just respond to life. You now command it. Your authority isn't loud, but it's undeniable. Your power isn't boastful, but it's unshakable. And that's what makes you royal. You are no longer fighting for attention. You are functioning in assignment. You don't need everyone to see you. You only need to remain aligned with the one who called you. Because the elevation coming next doesn't come through striving. It flows through surrender. The less you try to force it, the faster it flows. And now, the river is rushing. Everything you once had to chase will begin to chase you. Opportunities will come find you. People will come honor you. Resources will come support you. Because you are walking in divine rulership, and rulership attracts what it needs without needing to manipulate or beg. You are becoming a magnet for everything that matches your higher vibration. Chosen one, your presence will begin to cause holy disruptions. People won't be able to explain it, but they will feel it. Your aura will command reverence. Your words will carry weight. Even your silence will shake those who once overlooked you. Because when you're raised to rule, the evidence goes before you. And here's the truth. The reason some tried to contain you was because they saw the crown before you did. They sensed your royalty before you spoke a word. They felt the magnitude of your mission, even when you didn't yet understand it. That's why they feared you. That's why they tried to limit you. Because small minds panic when they feel large destinies approaching. But the restrictions they placed could not restrain what God ordained. You outgrew their boxes. You shattered their ceilings. You transcended their expectations. And now, you're stepping into rulership not to prove them wrong, but to prove to yourself that you were right all along. That still, small voice you kept hearing, that quiet knowing that never left you, it was always true. This is your time to govern your world with divine wisdom. You are no longer reacting. You are now orchestrating. Your prayers are building empires. Your thoughts are aligning timelines. Your faith is altering futures. That's the kind of power you've been entrusted with. And it's not for selfish gain. It's for sacred impact. You are going to lead people into healing without even trying. You'll enter rooms and shift the temperature without saying a word. You'll inspire obedience in others simply by walking in your own truth. That's rulership. That's influence birthed in the furnace of refinement. And that's the kind of reign that cannot be rivaled. Every tear you cried built this throne. Every night you stayed faithful shaped your scepter. Every battle you faced alone trained your spirit for leadership. This is why you now carry so much authority. Because you earned it in silence. You proved your loyalty in the lonely places, and heaven took notice. There is a generation tied to your elevation. You rising is not just for you. It's for every soul that's assigned to your legacy. For every person who needs your light to find their way. For every wounded heart that needs your story to spark their healing. You're not just being raised to rule. You're being raised to liberate. That's why this transition feels so intense. It's not a simple promotion. It's a spiritual coronation. And everything you touch from this moment forward will carry the mark of majesty. Everything you speak will carry the cadence of the kingdom. Everything you do will echo the excellence of your true identity. You no longer walk in confusion. You walk in clarity. You no longer operate in fear. You operate in favor. You no longer hope for the throne. You sit in it. Because it's already yours. The throne isn't just a symbol. It's a spiritual territory. And you've been called to occupy that space boldly, gracefully, powerfully. The crown was never about ego. It was always about purpose. And now, that purpose is manifesting with unstoppable momentum. Chosen one, rule well, rule wisely. Rule with the awareness that your rise is the answer to many prayers. You are not late. You are right on divine time. And the world is about to witness what heaven has already decreed. The space you're walking into now is not just physical. It's spiritual territory. You are stepping into realms that were once locked to you, and you're not coming as a visitor. You're coming as the rightful heir, because you didn't skip steps. You didn't try to force your way in. You waited. You obeyed. You endured. And now, heaven is granting you access that can't be revoked.